I don't do this to impress you. I do this more to express to you what's possible.
Now, I'm going to show you another exercise because here's the challenge. They say sitting is the new smoking. That the primary reason you have a brain is actually to control your movement. But did you know that as your body moves, you actually stimulate what they call brain-derived neurotropic factors, which is like fertilizer for your brain. It helps create new brain cells and new connections. So you have to challenge yourself physically. And what we're doing throughout this entire challenge is showing you you are a master of your habits. You're not at the effect of your habits. You could create your habits, and we're doing that through this process. There was a study done in Oxford University saying jugglers actually have bigger brains. They create more white matter, and that's really exciting. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I'm not a professional juggler. I grew up as a tennis player, so I would have, tennis balls like this, and I'd be waiting for a court, and I taught myself how to be able to learn it. What you're going to do is you're going to start with one ball. Just one ball. Now, I actually recommend you do it over a bed or over a couch because that way you're not chasing things all over the place. The other recommendation I would have is actually using a rolled up sock. Now, why would I ask you to roll up a sock? Is because they don't roll, it just falls flat. But what I want you to do is just with one ball in your dominant hand, I just want you to practice going like this, just tossing it from one hand to another. Now, one hand to another. Right? And here's the thing, a lot of people, if you drop it, that's absolutely okay. Because remember, there's no failure, there's only feedback. And so everyone thinks that if you drop it, you made a mistake. But it's a good metaphor for your life because you're not making mistakes, right? The only people who make mistakes are people who try. So that's just proof that you're trying. But maybe failure is not the opposite of success, maybe it's part of it. Just like a child learning how to walk falls 3, 4, 5, 500 times. They don't say, oh, I failed at walking, I'm not gonna do it. But sometimes as adults, we do that. So you wanna reframe that. And so what you're gonna focus on, in fact, just drop the ball right now, just drop it. So you get that over with, all right? So nobody's perfect, that's not the goal. Now what you're gonna do, learning to juggle, put it in your dominant hand and just toss it to the other hand. Just toss it back and forth, toss the ball. Put a smile on, breathe. You have to breathe through this process. I don't know why some people tend to hold their breath. Just toss it, and you're not gonna get it perfect. And people are like, Jim, I'm having trouble catching it. It's not so much the catch, but it's the toss. You want it to go about up to the top of your head. So you're creating an arc, it's going right to the top of your head, and then you're just catching it. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna practice this each day. And once you have the one ball down, then you're gonna introduce another ball, or another sock, if you will. And what are you gonna do? One in each hand, just one in each hand, and you're gonna toss one. But here's what you don't wanna do. You don't wanna toss them at the same time. Why? Because why? They're just gonna collide together, right? So you're not gonna do that. The other reason why is you're gonna pause. What you're gonna do is I want you to imagine two peaks. So imagine two peaks or two triangles. And what you're gonna toss is you're gonna toss one ball to the opposite peak, and when it reaches the highest point, that's your cue to toss the other ball. Okay, so watch this. This ball goes here, and when it hits here, then you're gonna throw the other ball. You see that? So what you're gonna do is watch this. 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, two peaks, one up to the one side, the other one to the opposite side. And again, the key is when it reaches its top, that's your cue to throw the other one because you can't throw them at the same time because that's not juggling. Because what you don't want to do also is this. This is just passing the ball to the other hand. That's not juggling, okay? Both balls have to go in the air. 1, 2, 3. And then finally, the next third step, when you mastered that or get good at that, you feel comfortable, then I want you to grab 3 balls, 2 in your dominant hand, and this is what it looks like, the finished product, like this. And notice when I'm doing this, I'm looking right at you, I'm looking right at the lens if you're watching me on video, but it's a great exercise. We do it for our quick readers because not only are they reading 3 times faster, but they actually have better focus, comprehension, retention, because we really focus on smart reading. But the reason we do it again is in order for me here, I can't look at all 3 balls, right? I only have 2 eyes. But in order to look at all of it, I soften my gaze and I can take more of it in, which is why it's a great exercise to be a faster reader. We know the science behind jugglers and having bigger brains and making more connections. And also it's a great activity to do to actually relax your eyes when you're studying or to get off the computer screen. So again, you start with 1 ball, do it in front of a couch or a bed so when it falls, you can just, you don't have to bend over to pick it up, it's right there. Try it with a sock. Nothing, crazy. Don't light any kind of garden tools or anything like that. And then just start one by one. Do that for a few days or a week or two, get one ball, and then add another one. And then notice what we're doing. It's about mental fitness. We're exercising, getting ourselves to do things that might be difficult in order to be able to expand that. Because how you do anything is how you do everything, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. So get good at doing difficult things, and then the things that you need to do in your life, you know, it's just like meditation. You're not practicing juggling to get better at juggling. You're practicing juggling also to get better with your brain power and get better with your